All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are going to break down how you can turn what you want on the inside into your actual reality on the outside. And we're not going to treat this like some kind of mystical, unknowable art. No, we're going to look at it like a clear, mechanical process, almost like an instruction manual for engineering your world from the inside out.
So let me ask you this. What if manifestation wasn't about luck or wishing or some kind of magic? What if it was just about following a psychological system, a set of instructions for your own mind that, if you follow them correctly, pretty much have to produce a result? Well, that is exactly the framework we're going to unpack today.
So, where do we even begin? Well, the whole process really starts with one foundational principle: a clear division of labor. You have to understand what your job is, and maybe more importantly, what it isn't. Getting this right is the absolute key to making any of this work.
And it all boils down to a really simple formula: A plus B equals C. Now the secret here is knowing which part of that equation belongs to you. See, most of us get totally stuck trying to solve for A and B, the how. We obsess over how it's going to happen. But this framework says your only job is to get crystal clear on C, the what, the final outcome. You just focus on C and the how will take care of itself.
Okay, let's break this down a little more. Think of yourself as an architect. Your one and only job is to design the experience of your desired outcome. Get super clear on your C. What does it physically look like? How does it feel emotionally? What are the thoughts running through your head now that you have it? You build the detailed blueprint. The universe's job? Well, it's the construction crew. It handles the how, arranging all the infinite pieces to build what you designed. Your business is to just hand over the blueprint and stay off the construction site.
So how do you know if you're wandering onto the construction site and messing with the how? It's simple. You have a built-in compass, and that compass is the feeling of relief. As you're designing your desire, if you add any little detail that brings up stress or anxiety, that, how could that possibly happen feeling, that's your signal. That detail doesn't belong to you. You just drop it, hand it over to the universe's side of the equation, and come back to that feeling of peace.
Okay, so you've defined your destination, your C. But to get there, we've got to update your internal GPS. And that means we need to work with this team of managers in your subconscious. Right now, their job description is to keep you safe and sound based on everything that's happened in your past. Our mission now is to give them a brand new set of instructions.
And we do this by applying a very specific kind of stress. Now, I know what you're thinking. Stress is bad, right? But in this context, just think of stress as misalignment. It's the gap between your new conscious desire and your old subconscious beliefs. By consciously holding the vision of what you want, you are intentionally applying this gentle pressure to firmly but gently reposition those old belief systems.
So this becomes your daily training montage. It's a really simple 3-step practice. First, you just relax. Spend about 10 minutes with some focused breathing to get yourself into the present moment, because that's the only place you actually have any power. Second, you visualize. You basically become an actor, and you live out your desired outcome in your mind, feeling every bit of it as if it's already happened. And third, you take small, supportive actions in the real world. Little things like collecting travel brochures for that trip that just reinforce and align with this new reality.
So what's really driving this whole process? Well, think of it like this. Your thoughts are just programs. They're just sitting there, waiting to be run. But it's your emotions that are the power source. Your emotions act like a transmitter, taking a thought program and broadcasting it out into your reality. The cool part is, you get to choose which thoughts you plug into your emotional energy.
Now we get to what might be the most powerful, game-changing part of this entire process. What happens when things get hard? When obstacles pop up out of nowhere? This is the exact point where most people give up, but it's actually a huge sign that you're on the right track. See, obstacles aren't failures. They're a secret language.
And here it is. This might be the single most important idea to grasp in this whole thing. An obstacle is not the universe telling you no. An obstacle is your own subconscious programming coming to the surface for an upgrade. It is not a stop sign. It's a check engine light, pointing you directly to the exact belief that needs your attention. It's literally a gift.
Remember those internal managers we talked about? Well, they're just trying to do their old job, keep you safe based on your past. Their primary operating system is fear. So when you introduce a big, new, expansive desire, they kind of freak out. The obstacles you feel are just them coming up to your conscious mind and saying, whoa, are you sure about this? This feels new and kind of scary.
And here's the thing.
These managers don't all sound the same. Learning to identify their voices is like having a field guide to your own mind. First, you've got the accuser. This is the one that says, "You always fail. Remember what happened last time?" Your job? Ignore it. Don't engage. Just keep moving. Then there's the wounded, which can bring up intense emotional flashbacks. With this one, you comfort it like you would a scared child, but you hold firm to your new direction. Then you have the worrier, whispering all the, "yeah, but what ifs." Your job here is to just see how absurd it is and refocus on your desire. And then there's the inspire. This is that calm, quiet, supportive voice. That's your connection to the universe. When you hear that one, you act. No hesitation.
So, once you get the hang of listening to and managing your inner world, something amazing starts to happen. The outside world starts to respond. It starts leaving you clues, showing you the path of least resistance forward. And these clues, they often show up as something called inspired action. Now, this has nothing to do with hustling or grinding or forcing things. Inspired action is a shortcut. It's an idea or an opportunity that feels almost effortless, but produces these massive results. It's basically the universe's way of whispering, "Psst, over here, this is the easy way." So how can you tell the difference? Well, inspired action feels right in your gut. It flows. It doesn't need a big internal debate, and it brings a wave of relief and peace with it. Logical action, on the other hand, it just seems right on paper. It usually comes with a side of fear or anxiety. It feels like hard work, and you might find yourself needing other people to tell you it's a good idea. The feeling is everything. Trust the relief. Oh, and a quick but really crucial point here. Sometimes right before you have a major breakthrough, things can feel like they're totally falling apart. This is just that last-ditch effort from your old programming trying to pull you back to what's familiar. So if you feel things getting chaotic, don't panic. Take it as a very, very positive sign that a huge, amazing change is right around the corner. And that brings us to the final and honestly, the most overlooked step in this whole journey. You've done the inner work, you've followed the clues, and now your desire is showing up. The final phase is all about learning how to receive it, how to integrate it, and how to become the person for whom this new reality is just normal.
So here's a super simple checklist to keep you grounded every single day. Number 1, above everything else, is to maintain your state of relief. That is your North Star. Number 2, stay on your side of the A plus B equals C equation. Do not worry about the how. 3, keep your awareness locked in the present moment. And finally, number 4, when an inspired action pops up, you take it. That's it. That's the whole job.
And this is really the profound shift here. The goal was never just to do the steps to get the thing. The true goal is to embody the state of being of the person who already has it. Your external world is just a mirror. The real work is in becoming the cause, not constantly chasing the effect.
Which brings us to the two most powerful words in creation. I am. This isn't just some fluffy affirmation, it's a declaration. It's a statement of being. Real, lasting, profound change doesn't come from what you do, it comes from the simple, repeated decision of who you choose to be.
So we'll just leave you with this final thought. If your entire outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner state of being, what will you decide to be today? The choice, as always, is yours.